Good morning, students. Welcome to part 3 video of our chapter number 3, that is fiber to fabric. In the first two videos, we have seen the animal fibers. In that, we have seen wool, right? From which animals do we get wool? Then the processing of wool fibers and how the wool yarns are made. Now, another animal fiber, that is silk, and the rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Before we go ahead in this, we have to see the life history of a silk moth. I have told you to read it once. Hope you all have read it. Life history of silk moth, right? सिल्कवर्म है वो कैसे बड़ी होती है, उसकी पूरी लाइफ हिस्ट्री वी विल सी इट. द फीमेल सिल्क मॉथ लेज एग फ्रॉम विच hatch larvae which are called caterpillars or silkworms. What do? They lay eggs, and from that egg a small caterpillar comes out, right? They grow in size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history, it is called pupa. What is it called? Pupa. It first weaves a net to hold itself. Then it swings its head from side to side in the form of the figure of 8. During these movements of the head, the caterpillar secretes fiber of a protein which hardens on exposure to air and becomes silk fiber. क्या करता है वो कैटरपिलर? जैसे ही थोड़ा सा बड़ा होता है, that stage is called pupa. And what does it do? वो एक अपना जाला जैसा बनाता है. Weaves a net with its head and it moves in the form of 8. और जब वो मूव करता है, a fiber is released, is secreted from its heads, which is made up of protein. Or when this fiber is exposed to air, it becomes silk fiber. What does it become? It becomes silk fiber. Soon the caterpillar completely covers itself by silk fibers and turns into pupa. This covering is known as cocoon. What is it called? That covering is known as cocoon. The further development of pupa into moth continues inside the cocoon. It is further developed inside the cocoon. It is given in the figure 3.9. Silk fibers are used for weaving silk cloth. Can you imagine that the soft silk yarn is as strong as comparable thread of steel? Silk is quite stronger thread, right? As compared to steel, it is as comparable as steel, as strong as steel also. The silk yarn is obtained from the cocoon of a silk moth. There is a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield is different in texture. That is, some are smooth, some are coarse, some are shiny. So there are also varieties in silk moths. Thus, tussar silk, moga silk, kosa silk, these different types of silks are available from different moths. The most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth. Mulberry silk moth means it is grown on the mulberry trees, right? This silk moth gives its eggs on the mulberry leaves. It is called mulberry silk moth. The silk fiber from the cocoon of this moth is soft, lustrous, and elastic, and can be dyed in beautiful colors. So, the silk obtained from this silk moth, it is very soft, lustrous, and elastic, and it can be dyed in different colors. Sericulture of culture of silkworms is a very old occupation in India. India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. India is very old in this profession, sericulture, and we are producing many types of silk and plenty of silk on a commercial basis. Activity 3.5, that is, you have to collect different silk, and from that their texture you have to compare it. You have to see, identify which are natural silk and which is artificial silk. Now activity 3.6, that is, you take an artificial silk thread and a pure silk thread. Burn the threads carefully. Did you notice in the difference of smell? Now burn a woolen fiber carefully. Did it smell like burning of artificial silk or that of pure silk? So it is an experiment you can do at your home under your parents' observation. Different silk and wool threads, you can burn it and write your observations. Activity 3.7, that is, photocopy figure 3.9. Now cut out pictures of the stages of life history of a silk moth and paste them on the pieces of a cardboard or a chart paper. It is a puzzle. You can make the puzzle and arrange it. And you can draw this and write the answer on the life history of a silk moth. Right? The stages are, the first is the egg is there, then comes the larva, then the pupa, then the silk moth. Right? So you can write a long answer with a diagram of the life stages of silk moth. Okay, so this is the long answer which is done, which is there in your workbook also. Now from cocoon to silk, how is silk removed from the cocoon? For obtaining silk, moths are reared and their cocoons are collected to get silk threads. Wool कैसे करते थे? The ships are reared. Here the cocoons are reared and then they are collected to get silk threads. How is it done? Rearing silkworm. A female silk moth lays 100 of eggs at a time. You can see it in the figure 3.10a. Right? It is releasing hundreds of eggs. The eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and sold to silkworm farmers. These eggs are collected and they are sold to silkworm farmers. Means the farmers who are doing sericulture. Then what do the farmer do? The farmer keep eggs under hygienic condition and suitable conditions, right, in suitable temperature and humidity with the eggs require. The eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch from the eggs. You can see it, right? They are kept on a mulberry tree leaves, right? And you can see in C picture, that is the larva, it is feeding on a mulberry leaves. This is done while mulberry tree bear a fresh crop of leaves. The larvae, they are called caterpillars or silkworms, eat day and night and increase enormously in size. दिन रात खाते रहते हैं लीव्स को and they increase in size very fast. Then the larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. Right? 25 to 30 days तक खाते रहते हैं and then they stop eating and then they start making cocoons. Small racks or twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. The caterpillar or silkworm spins the cocoon inside which develops the silk moth. Cocoon बना लेते हैं and bamboo is kept so that उसके अंदर वो चले जाते हैं and they make cocoon inside it. Now processing a silk. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. उसमें से कैसे निकालते हैं फिर? Either they are kept under the sun or they are boiled or they are given steam. The silk fibers separate out. The process of taking out threads from the cocoon for use of silk is called reeling the silk. What is it called? This process is called reeling the silk. Reeling is done in special machines which unwind the threads of fibers of silk from the cocoons. Silk fibers are then spun into silk threads which are woven into silk cloth by weavers. So this is how the silk cloth is produced, right? The silkworm, from the egg it comes to larva, then pupa is there, it makes cocoon, then the cocoons are used to make silk fibers, that is called reeling of silk, and it is done in machines, and then these fibers are spun into threads are done into yarn, and the clothes are prepared from it. Right? Try to solve the exercise of textbook. We will solve it in the next video. Thank you.